Hello out there, all you wonderful people. This is Andre, the Game Idea Guy. Thank you once again for lending me your time and your ear, listening into another Gamer's Thoughts discussion. And I'm going to be talking a little bit about the MegaMan series in general. Mostly just because of story implications, and because we all know, or at least most of us know, that the MegaMan series, lore-wise, wouldn't have happened had Dr. Light just been a little bit less of a dick. Considering the fact that throughout the series of MegaMan, Dr. Wily is trying to prove himself to be better than Dr. Light. And yeah, your first thought is to think it's just because he saw Light as a rival and he just couldn't stand that Light would want to... I guess he couldn't stand that Light wants to be seen as the most righteous and upright and talented scientist on the planet, when Wily himself is highly talented and intelligent as well. So that was kind of what the original stick was. I mean, you got hints that they worked together before and did a couple things, like when they created Proto Man or Blues, depending on your localization. And the original set of Robot Masters, I believe, were developed by them together. But you go a little bit further back. You go a little bit further back because of the lore that was presented in MegaMan 11. And Dr. Wily presented what could be used ambiguously for good or for bad, which was a system that would allow for the Robot Masters to boost their performance capabilities even for a short amount of time. And then you gotta look at the fact that Dr. Light just shut the idea down. Like, wholeheartedly, wholesale, shut the idea down. And ironically, when Dr. Wily revives the idea and the concept, Light has to take the prototype that Wily came up with and give it to MegaMan in order to give him those boosted capabilities, so that he could compete with the Robot Masters that Wily created for MegaMan 11. Now, what could have happened had Dr. Light just been a little bit more understanding, just been a little bit more open-minded? The MegaMan series, as it stands, may just not have happened. It may just not have happened. Their world would probably be a utopia. The whole of the X series, the whole of the Zero series, the ZX series, Legends, that would likely not exist. Now, we would have to exclude the Battle Network continuity, Battle Network and Star Force continuities from this, because those are a separate universe. But the classic universe, it likely would not have existed the same way. Now, I'm not going to say that potentially there wouldn't be someone else who would try to take on MegaMan and Wily. But you got to think, had Light and Wily, had Dr. Light not been such a dick to the person that was basically his best friend, that he turned into his worst enemy, one, it probably would have been a much better... I think it's called Robotropolis. I want to say it's Robotropolis in MegaMan. But their main city would have been so much better off. And then the world overall, the long run, would have been better off had Dr. Light just been a little bit more open-minded to his friend. Which you would find it odd that he would shut down the idea of improving the robots that they created when he was working on creating sentient robots with a will of their own. I would find that to be more dangerous than just giving them a simple power-up. Because then you have to try to teach them morality and things of that nature, which makes them basically like people, which makes them far less predictable, far less routine. That to me is a more dangerous concept. So not only is Dr. Light a big ass hypocrite, but then he shut down something that could have been beneficial, and it was proven beneficial when he gave MegaMan the prototype. It was proven beneficial when he gave MegaMan the prototype double gear system that Wily created. So he legitimized what Wily had said. Now, if MegaMan went through the whole game of Mega Man 11 without utilizing that double gear system and still found a way to beat those Robot Masters, then Light would have proven his point. But he did the exact opposite. He knew Mega Man would not have enough power to take on these upgraded Robot Masters that had basically hyper forms. Now, what Wily came up with was a more perfected version of that system that he installed in these Robot Masters, sure. But Mega Man has the experience to trounce them, so him having a prototype really doesn't hurt anything. It's just like, you had one job, motherfucker, you fucked it up. You're supposed to be creating a peaceful world, a utopia for everyone. And you fucked that up by being closed-minded and hypocritical at the same time. Well, Light, you are the reason for all of the tragedy that happens in the Mega Man Classic universe. And he legitimately is. That's the screwed up part. Now, I know Matt Pat has done game theories on this and talked about Mega Man being... No. Dr. Light is the bad guy. Mega Man is not the bad guy. Mega Man is just a tool in this situation. Dr. Light is the ultimate bad guy. He may be, in a sense, fighting for the right cause, but it was his actions that led to him having to be in that position in the first place. Like, he critically thought that giving the Robot Masters the double gear system was going to be dangerous. Yet he still gave it to Mega Man, a Robot Master who he'd taught and given a sense of reason and morality. It gave him the will to fight for justice and for peace and understanding. But yet he could not take a moment to pull himself back and realize that he was the one that started all of it. Well, no, I think he did realize it in Mega Man 11 at some point. Let me roll that back. I think he did realize it, but he didn't realize during what he was saying that he was causing his world to start to fumble into chaos. And on that note, technically Wily won. Technically Wily won that. It doesn't happen until you get toward the Zero series, but Wily won that. Zero was the one that outlasted it. Zero was the creation by Wily that outlasted everything. And ended up being the ultimate hero in the end. That's something to really consider. And I honestly, yes, I know that this is late information. We wouldn't have thought about this back in the day as kids and all of that. But just the fact that, hey, Light, all you had to do was be understanding to your friend, and your whole universe may have been peaceful as fuck. And if there would have been people rising to try to take down everything, you would have had a very capable partner to work with to either boost your creations or to make even better ones. Consider what Mega Man would have been capable of had Wily and Light worked together. Think about what Proto Man was actually capable of, and he was just a prototype to Mega Man. Whether people realize it or not, Proto Man by default was stronger than Mega Man was. And also, Bass was stronger than Mega Man was. These are two characters that do the exact same thing Mega Man does. And both of those characters had influences from Dr. Wily. Now, granted, Mega Man kept beating Bass, but that's plot. Let's legitimately talk about that. That's plot. Under most circumstances, Bass should have actually beaten Mega Man. And Bass was an amalgamation of Wily's research into recreating Mega Man with Copy Robot, with his abduction of Quint, and using the evil energy. Well, no, not the evil energy, but discovering Basnium, which is a whole different material. Dr. Wily actually created a bunch of stuff in this universe that could have been beneficial. And I'm surprised that Light didn't take the whole Basnium concept and apply it to Mega Man. I mean, if you took the double gear system, why didn't you take the Basnium and apply it to Mega Man? I don't know, maybe he couldn't find it because of what Dr. Wily did, but still. I'm starting to think that Dr. Wily was actually the better scientist between the two. Dr. Light was probably just the more personable, charismatic person between the two of them. But Dr. Wily was actually the better scientist. And all he wanted to do was have his friend appreciate his work. Like, that's all it... Sorry, throat got dry, but that's all it would have taken for Dr. Wily to remain on the side of good. That's all it would have taken. It is for Dr. Light to not shit on his friend. That is a hefty message when you think about it. That is a very hefty message when you think about it. I'm not going to fully philosophically dive into that. But if anybody knows philosophy well enough, when you think about that, all Dr. Wily wanted was for his friend to appreciate the work he did and to work with him. That's it. That's all he wanted. In the long run, he wanted his best friend to recognize what he was capable of doing, and his best friend threw his ass under the bus. Oh, I can see why he got mad and why he went on the rampage that he did, and why he decided he's got to take him down. I mean, I don't agree with it, but I understand it. And all it would have taken was for Dr. Light to not be a dick. Oh, man. But I think I've rambled on long enough. Just think about it. Just really think about it. And you'll get where I'm coming from. But that's it. Thank you guys very much for listening and keep your eyes and ears out for more stuff from me. And until the next time, everybody, enjoy your games. Peace out.